Okay, hello, welcome back. And May 2023, and another tricky question, question number 20, towards the end of the paper. So, the expectation is it gets harder. The sum of the first 80 terms of an arithmetic series S is 470. The 75th term of S is 14.5. The sum of the first x terms of S is 171. Work out the value of x. Show you're working clearly. Well, what's given to you on the exam paper is the sum of the series, which is equal to, of course, n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. 2a plus, and in brackets, n minus 1d. And you should have used that quite regularly in your maths classes, but that's given on the exam paper. What's not given on the exam paper is, or in the formula sheet, is a plus n minus 1d. U to n is equal to a plus n minus 1d. You're expected to know this. And again, you should have used it enough in class to know. So therefore, using that information, if I work across here, therefore, let's put the sum to the first 80 terms is equal to 470. Is equal to 470, and then we have 80 over 2, and of course then 2a plus n minus 1d, which is 80 minus 1, which will be 79d, and is equal to 470. That will give you 80a plus, of course, 79 times 40. 79 times 40, I'll write it 40 times 79 because you can use a calculator, and of course that will be multiplied by d, and that will be equal to 470. 470, and that will give you 80a plus 3160d. 3160d will be equal to 470, and I will divide through by 10 to make it nice. Divide through by 10, and that will give me 8a plus 316d is equal to 47. Now, you're also going to use, the 75th term. So again, using un, so I write using un is equal to a plus n minus 1d. n minus 1d, I get what? I get u to the 75 is equal to 14.5. Is equal to 14.5, because that's what the information we're given. So that will give me a. So that will give me a plus 75 minus 1, which is 74. 74. D is equal to 74. D is equal to 14.5. So using a plus n minus 1d, and that is the letter A. And we have our two equations. So, but I've got to make it alike because I'm going to solve simultaneously. So if I multiply this one using the elimination method, multiply let's call this equation 1, and let's call this equation 2. So multiply equation 1 by 8. So I put equation 1 multiplied by 8, I'm going to get 8a plus 592d is equal to, what's 14.5 times 8, which is 116. 116. Now, and that's my equation 2. What do I do now? Or what do you do now? Well, you're going to solve simultaneously. So if I just write out solving simultaneously, excuse my writing, I've got 8a plus 592d. So let's take the bigger one. 592d is equal to 116. And then, of course, I've got 8a plus, 316d is equal to 47. And, of course, this is my equation 1, and this is my equation 2 that I found. And this, so a is eliminated. You've eliminated a, they've gone. So you end up with 276d is equal to 69. So you got 276d is equal to 69. Using your calculators, you can have d is equal to 69 over 276. And in fact, your calculator will tell you that that is 1/4. So d is equal to 1/4 or 0.25. Now, substitute, if you subst 1/4 into a plus n minus 1d is equal to 14.5 into a plus 74 d is equal to 14.5. What do you get? You get a, well, 74 times 1/4 or 0.25 is equal to 14.5. You get a is equal to minus 4, because you get a plus 18.5 is equal to 14.5, and of course therefore a is equal to minus 4. 14.5 minus 18.5 is minus 4. So we've got values of a, and we have values of s and d. So let's write that. So we're going to use now, so using, of course, Sn is equal to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. 2a plus n minus 1d. And of course we have s to n. S to n is equal to 171. That's the information given. We found a to be equal to minus 4. We found d to be equal to 1/4. And it says, going back to the question, it does say the sum of the first x terms of s is 171. Work out the value of x. So n then will be equal to x. So n is equal to x. I'm just going to extend the page again. And so what do we get? So we're going to just substitute the values in. So we have x over 2, or n over 2. Let's write it x over 2. And then we have 2a, 2 times minus 4, plus n minus 1d. So plus, and then we've got x minus 1, and I've got to write large X, minus 1. And d, we've got 1/4. We know that to be 1/4. So we're just substituting values in, and all of that, oops, I've got to put another bracket, is equal to 171. Okay, so that gives me, let's leave x here, and that gives me minus 8 plus x, I'm going to leave it as fractions for now, x over 4 minus a quarter, and that gives me, and of course we've got to multiply the right hand side by 2. 171 times 2, that's 342. So again, moving on, that gives me minus, because I've got to put this over 1, so that gives me denominator of 4, or gives us a denominator of 4. So let's write that down. And of course, I might as well multiply by x as well outside the brackets. So that will give me minus 32x, and I'll write it as a small x now, even though we know it's large, but never mind, plus x squared, because I'm multiplying by x, and minus x, and that's equal to 342. So that gives me x squared minus 33x. Yeah, that gives me x squared minus 32x minus x. That gives me minus 33x, and is equal to 4 lots of 342, which is 1368. 1368. So I have a quadratic here of x squared minus 33x minus 1368 is equal to 0. And let's just make that 8. And that factorizes. You can use your calculator to find your factors. Minus 57, x minus 57, and x plus 24. Which is equal to 0. So we get x is equal to 57, or x is equal to minus 24. But x has to be bigger than 0. X must be bigger than 0, so therefore x is equal to 57. X must be greater than 0. So, and that's your answer. X is equal to 57. A lot of work for, I think it's, 6 marks? Okay,